It's Jen from Mindseye, and today is March 1st, and we've had a couple weeks off. I'm seeing what is going on and what is not. It's been nice, it's been real, but really it's been had, like I always say. But really, there's really nothing to do. And I have to say that's true, and it's not true, but it's really not due yet. And I have to say, there really is something going on. And why is it? It really has to go down to funding. That's all I need to know. So when it goes down to funding and you just can't even do it, and you can't even boo it, and you can't even loo it, and you can't even sue it to the best of a frame that you must do. Like I said, just leave your comments, your likes, and your shares. It's greatly appreciated, and I will respond right back to you. But this is a get it out episode. It's backed up for the last 2 weeks. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So on this little deck, it really is true. It really is hard, and you must do it on a way to an own, but you can't own it on a way to a bone. So over the last 2 weeks, it really has boiled down to politics. And I have to say that's true, but it's really more community matters. There really is a difference of like potential to had, but you can't even do had them. So when I see this and I see the three of wands in reverse, it says that you just can't even look out the window and you can't even see anything coming whatsoever. It really causes a lot of unhappiness, and every time you turn around, there's something not right. But when I see the Seven of Wands, it really is this type of struggle every day to get something D-O-N-E. So when I look at it and I say this, and it's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which represents inheritance. It represents estate. It represents everything about income also that is positive. And we have to say it's true because there have been losses. Losses. Now, when we do this, we have to say this Five of Swords comes in, and it's like a thief in the night. Like a thief in the night. And when I see it and I go, the Six of Pentacles in reverse goes, no, there's no deal, there's no takeaway, there's nothing. But the Ten of Wands says this burden comes in and goes, there's something to it. It's so difficult to get past everything that you can't even believe it. It's a souring in the mouth. I mean, you literally can't even do it. This Page of Pentacles gives you this offer, and I have to say it's too young of an offer. The Page of Pentacles comes in and it says, it's good, it's a good contract. And I don't know like why I always want to put my thumb right here when I talk about these things, but it's confirmed. Absolutely confirmed with the Ace of Swords. That's the biggest confirmation in any deck. When I see this and I see the Four of Cups, it's stone cold apathy. You're like, okay, thank you for the paperwork. I will sign it and I'll get it to you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But when I see this and I see the High Priestess, you have to actually use everything about the High Priestess. It is your intuition, it's your instinct, it's even psychic abilities. It is something about like having this mystery and it comes towards you and it's already known. But then I hear a spelling called N-O-A-N and I blink and I say, I haven't seen that in a long time. Let's talk about Walmart. And when I look at it and I say the Knight of Cups in reverse goes, there was no emotions about it. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to look through it and go, peace out. Knight of Wands goes, it was a game on and everyone is like itching their nose and like, we already know. We already know what's going on. The Knight of Wands is no charging in. It is sit back and relax and wait. It is the Ace of Pentacles, loss of money. Loss of money. Well, I would have to say that's true because people are using their benefits at the best of their ability, and they don't qualify for anything. Their rejection letters are so absurd that you can't even do it. So it really comes in with the Seven of Pentacles, and it has to do with skilled work. And when I look at the nurses and I look at the medical professionals, and they say, we're discharging you because there's no skill. Like, what do you mean there's no skill? Like, I was referred by my physician and my insurance company. There's no skill for you to be in here. So I'm getting discharged. That's all you need to know. The Three of Swords literally says this. Absolute heartbreak. Yes. So it really is a skill when someone has a B vitamin injection and they're 90 years old, and the skill is still teaching them how to use it properly, discarding sharps properly, everything. If they are still on those injections at 90 years old, there's something that they need a nurse to check every 2 weeks to make sure it's proper. That's a skill. Monitoring absolutely everything in that house. It's rare to still get them and give them out. So when I see this and I see the Queen of Wands in reverse, there's no sitting pretty. It's not tranquil. It's not anything happy or sitting well or right. All forms of the meaning and the spelling. That the King of Cups comes in and goes, absolute attunement. There's no attunement if you can't hear anything because you have built up a crystalline crystals or lack thereof, and you're falling down. No intuitive measures whatsoever. Where did this go for the last 2 weeks? It's still the same. It's still the same. Is it a move on? Is it a take charge? Is it a everything about it? Because you can't even see it coming whatsoever. It really is a walk away that's highly deceitful. When you look at it and you say the judgment is in reverse, there is no judgment. You can't sit there and judge anyone today or anything like that. Because when you look at it and you say the King of Wands actually means honor, it doesn't matter. So let's look at another deck, because this one's already exhausted. Alright, Literary Witches Oracle. Knock on the door? I don't think so. There we go. There it is. Elixir. So what they want to talk about is actually like health and toxicity. So the biggest thing on the table right now is everyone's health. And it has to do with bird flu. It has to do with everything like we've been talking about. But where is it like going? And then all of a sudden you hear it goes to the bone. We're like, why would the flu go to the bone? Why would it go to the bone? That's odd. That's what I'm hearing as a psychic. When I see the news, it's not literal, but it's a huge pause. When I see this, I'm hearing chicken and it's ancient past lore. When you see this and you look at it and it's the subconscious, it's right on the back of your head. You feel it. Ding, like a Proposition 8. That's heinous. That's like absolutely heinous. Where did that come from out of my mouth? Solitude. Literally. They're usually alone. All forms of the meaning and the spelling. When you look at the book, there's something about being had to documents and being Proposition 8. When you see the doll, it's like the past revisiting you. Toxic, masculine, toxic. You walk in and you go, are you kidding me that you're here? Why'd you come back? And you say, the rabbit literally says it all. You're like, you've got to be kidding me right now. You can't even do it. And you see this and you go, devotion, highly devoted to everything. So when I look at this and it says history, historically, people and things come back on certain points of certain terms, everything, and you go, you can't even believe who comes up in the news. When you see the peacock is riding down the road on the interstate, just even on the state roads, and you go, you'd rather have the camel or the horse ride in and give the elephant in the room, give everything, and then you say, I had a vision, I had a dream, I caught it, and I caught my fire, and I did it all, because the story came in so bad that you had to say, well, as soon as I heard dank, and I literally smelt something, that's not it, and you look and I said, I saw it, I heard it, I felt it, it's true. You look and you go, I already know what's going to happen. It's a type of communication that is just so quick, you just hear it and see it and feel it. The teacup goes, there's no sipping. There's no sipping. All right. Next up. What do we need to know? Let's actually, that threw right at me. It was Epstein. What do we need to know about Epstein? It's heinous. It was like timely, coming right out. Absolute timing. All right. First is Degas. Degas literally means in the rune that you can't get anything done because you saw the book and you saw the binder. And when you see this rune, it says Taraz. It means it's a type of trolling and a type of like going on that has to get done. And then when I see this and I see Kanu, K-N-N-U, which is like torch also, like this is exactly what the Attorney General for the United States was looking like when she was in her press conference. You just couldn't believe the type of emotion she was holding back. And I'm giving her recognition right now because when I look at that man in the eyes, there's something about him that was like, if I hear just one word and I know what cement means, you have to say, no, don't release those files, please. When I see ice as a room, it is like a freeze. Tewa, warrior, to a degree, associate. Rido, ride, boat. Ash, ingwa, living, yeah. Wheel of luck, that came out a lot today. It's like sitting and you can just spin the wheel and you drop a ball down and say, today it was fine for this and it will work. And then you you look and you go, I can't even look at what he was doing whatsoever. And when you look at it, you go, oh my God, you can't even see what's coming whatsoever. Nadis, N-I-T-E. Aljish, defense. Defense. And lastly, with this one, Uros, power. So when I'm looking at this and the release of those files come through, and it does have to do with power, you have to say ridden through. And I look at Bonnie and Clyde, and I always speak about Bonnie and Clyde, that there was something of a two to a rabbit and a dog. You can't even do it. It's so nasty. I don't know why I'm drawn to this. There's the dragon dice. 59. It literally means like 69 people round up. 69 people round up. You'll know what it means on a Tuesday. So let's look at the crystal quartz. Epstein, Zelensky, God rest Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog, and Michelle Trachtenberg. What do we need to know? NOAN. All is NOAN. To the point where you look and you say, I have to hire them. I literally have to hire them. I don't understand why. They literally go, I don't understand why. And then I go, it's not mathematical, but it's true. Let's think a little bit more, because that was a nasty encounter for President Zelensky from Ukraine and our Vice President and our President yesterday, to where it was quite heated in the room where everyone was red in the face. Isolation, physical connection, and community. You're not alone. So it feels like you're alone, but you're really not alone. And all forms of spelling in the meaning. But it really goes and boils down to a hare, a rabbit. When you look at this and you go, lifting the veil and question everything, anything aligned must go, you go, you already know that it goes right up the whale tail. So we've been waiting for that from the president, this unveiling. And I go like this. I go, I don't need the Vicks yet. Haven't gotten sick. But I do well just by natural things. Just drink your water, wash your hands, and stay away from sick people. So light workers, starseeds, serve the world by being you. It basically means that a lot of people are doing a little bit too much at times, where they're doing too much, where you say, yeah, I might work in accounting, but then I have to go work on the farm, and then I also have to go do the daycare. So then I look at it and it says, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. I have to say, aim small, miss small, and just start at home. Let's look at the finances again. Let's look at everything again. And where did it fall wrong? I don't hear Ron, W-R-O-N, but we kept hearing raw iron. So when you see this, Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust, you go, it's a knock on the door. A knock on the door. Where is it? It really is in a road. Past tense. October. When I look at this and I hear Earth learning how to be human in the world but not of it, you literally gotta be a little leery, even though Leary and Leeway are no longer around. So when you see this, the big picture and thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas, if you thought of it, run with it for a little bit and see if it works. Whale and Orca elders, share your song, frequency, and sound, diving deep. There's something about how you can't even see it coming. It's like all of it. It's like all of it. When you see this and you say, you're not for everyone, embrace your awareness, face your true north, there's going to be some things that just come right out of you soon that you just couldn't understand. My will to thy will and micromanaging the universe, yeah, I see a lot of that after that encounter in the Oval Office yesterday. All right. Next, play an oracle. So let's actually look about this. There's something of a remembrance of how it all played with the death of Gene Hackman, Michelle Trachtenberg, Gene Hackman's spouse, and the dog. That it made people say there's something not right. So when I look at this and I say Pakal's tomb, it's almost ritualistic to watch the news and see what comes out of it after 3 happen within 24 hours. When you see this and you hear light language, this is showing me that it's something in the media that has to be listened to. When I see this card, I don't know where that came from, that you have to say it's true, that it's true. You can't even see it coming whatsoever. I hear leave it on the table. When I look at this and I hear like dream time, I actually have to say it will come to you. When I look at this and I hear mother, father, healing, you have to look at this and say, yeah, there's something to this that's just not right. Just not right. Star royalty? Absolutely. Absolutely. I hear given what they need. When it comes to this mothership, I do see a ride around and a ride along. And when I see this star centers, communications. Something about this and a sacred union. You can't even see it coming. All of a sudden, you just see a glance come right through, and you go, what was that? What was that? Again, here it goes. It's fluttering about. And when I see this and I see B, there's like no sting. No sting. When you look at it and you go, you can't even believe it. There's no dolphin play. When I see this, there's no toying around. When I see this, there is a type of hunting, and it is like a trolling toyful play. And it's odd because there is none. But when I see this, there was no like flooding about. When I see this and I see oyster, I have to say it was a gift. When I see this and I see moth, I have to say you can't even like open a book. It's old dusty, for lack of a better term, since they were found mummified. It's odd. Something about small, like messenger frequency hurts. And when you see rabbit again, you have to say that there's something about a small animal that comes through. When I see the beaver in reverse with those incidences this week, I see pine an incident. And when I see this, I see the spider. I say, look at the cobwebs in the houses. No sting. No sting. There we go. God Tarot. Now, there is no logic in something that is coming through for the next week. That is the Queen of Swords in reverse. There is no cutting away at it. And it's not the most honorable thing that comes through. But it has securement. It sits well. It sits pretty. It's good. I do see paper, but I see an email. And when I see this and I see the Six of Pentacles, I go, yeah, there's something about this. There really is. There is no deal on the table. But when I see this, again, the Two of Wands, there's no foresight. No foresight. It's gonna hurt. It's going to hurt. It eases the burden, though. That's all you need to know. There it is. Wild Unknown Tarot. Here we go. Now, with that being said, I see a lot of the way, like, the looks go, like, That is like over 1 to 4 weeks. 1 to 4 weeks. You can't believe they all came out of the woodworks. They all like came over on the boat, for lack of a better term. All of a sudden, you see the animals come through, and you go like, "Here's the zoo, and here's the ark." It came flooding in. We already know. We already know. Yep. And you see this, and you go the 6 of Pentacles, and then with this 4 of Pentacles, again, securement, securement. When you have the Ace of Wands in reverse, there's no fiery start that they're looking for. But it really was, though. It really was. You sit there and you say, look what happened in the Oval Office. You're all about to kill each other in a second. It really is the unspoken word. It's body language. It's energy. You can feel it where everyone, it was like this. They couldn't believe what was happening right there. Nastiness again. It's just like, here you go. Here's what's happening. 7 of Swords in reverse. It's a type of takeaway that you can't fly on a plane. This keeps coming up a lot for a lot of psychics. A lot. And it's the 3 of Pentacles. There's no working together. There's no teaching. There's no anything about this. There's no apprenticeship. You just have to just do it. It is a sight in a sore eye, but it really is this Hierophant. It's quite dictative. The 5 of Swords in reverse goes, you're not putting words in my mouth whatsoever. The Mother of Wands, it's not going to set well with a lot of people. All of a sudden you're like, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Daughter of Cups, it is a young author, a young emotional author that says, I can do it. I can do it. Father of Pentacles, there's a greed coming through, and that's all that came out of that Oval Office. It's a mixed review. Mother of Cups in reverse, no intuitive measure when it comes through next week. No intuitive measure. I keep wanting to do this. Alright. Tarot is sacred. He knows. What else? What else do we need to get out of here? Oh, Lord. Basically, all you need to know is this. The Knight of Swords comes in. It is going to be quick. And whatever is coming through, it is nasty. 7 of Swords. It's a steal. It's a steal. You can't believe it. Hierophant in reverse. Dictative again. 2 of Wands. Upright now. Now we can see it. We can see it. 6 of Cups in reverse. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. When I see this, the 2 of Pentacles, nothing. So let's look at this. What I can see right now with this energy, and it really has to do with politics, and it's the devil, and it's sitting there, and it has this type of wanting to be liberated in something, and it's something that is not to be shown, but when we talk about it, it has to do with hostage-like instances. There it is. Let's go to the Akashic Tarot. Alright, Sangha community. There's no, like, anything in the community. There's no anything of, like, seeing eye to eye. Spring autumn, 4 of Horses. to watch the cars. I don't know why. Summer and winter, when you watch the cars, you watch everything about the roads. You watch the kids, you watch the animals, you watch how people are doing, like walking the crosswalk, everything. And watch their facial expressions. Watch the way that the color of their skin, meaning if they're healthy or not. Look at their eyes. When I see this and I see Hilarion, it is a type of continuance on that's getting annoying with a lot of areas. The garden, though, it is a type of growth that happened to a growth, like income. And when I see this, the Queen of Forces, it is a type of response that can't get through. Can't get through. When I see this and I see the Akashic Library, it's a type of burnt book that can't get through. It's like the old form of writing a ticket. The light of the world in reverse. When I see this gentleman and he's knocking on the door, and this gentleman in the window is looking at his animal, and I'm seeing the tree. The tree truly represents patience in it. Having patience on that knock on the door. Because when you see this and you say fated meeting, it's in reverse, it's not the best of terms. It's opposing two worlds. When I see this and I see birth, I do see a beginning of something, but when I see this caught in the ruins, it's almost a cleanup crew. When I see this and it's an initiation in the Count of Saint Germain, it is like a count through of a D-O-N-E. And when I see this will, wisdom, and mind in reverse, it's so impulsive. Whatever comes through and what has come through as energy, you can't understand why it would be happening like that. So when I look at the Kashic field, it's a topsy-turvy in reverse. Alright, White Sage Tarot. It really is no, like, ill-fating. And it comes in truth. It comes in truth. As far as healthcare goes, I have to say over the last 2 weeks, it's still figuring out on how to make 2 plus 2 equals 9. Healthcare is the Nine of Cups, and it's very happy and where it sits well. But there is quite the cut of an ending that you can't do well. But there is this new, like, business offer that comes in when they walk in and say, yeah, you can't do it. It's not the best of, like, legal or judicial measures, and it's going to hurt. What is coming through? You can't even see it coming through. 10 of Cups. None. Absolutely none. Can't even do it. 2 of Wands goes, you can't even see it. You can't even be it. It's contented. It goes absolutely true. Bad contracts. Bad contracts. This one's meant to be a solitude that this hermit card wants everyone to know about everything that's in the collective. And I see the whole globe. When I see universal collective. When I see it like on a bigger measure, it is solitude, but it really has to sit alone. It has to sit alone. The Two of Wands goes, no, there's nothing in, there's nothing out, there's nothing upon. You have to be alone. You have to be yourself. Two of Wands says you can't even see it coming. So when you see it and you see the Chariot, you have to say it comes in full force. What is this? What is it? It's highly obscured. It's not occulted. It's obscured. I see wing. I see tail. I see a sandwich. And it's like alone. Alone. Sitting alone. And then you look and you say, the family is together. We're good. And then you look and you say, the Knight of Swords, it was a halt, stop. It was, hold on. No, don't rush in. And then it went to, there's a lot of loss. I keep saying just LOS. There's a lot of loss. And then when I see this, there's no figuring it out. I see an 8, but really it's a 10, 12, 1 to 19, 12. And then I see this and it's severe pause. When I see this and I see the Queen of Wands, mastery and strength. So well, they sit there and say, see, I did it. I did it. I did it. And I go to the King of Wands and I go, you can't even believe how dishonorable it was. The Four of Pentacles loosens the strings and the bonds that you can't understand. And when you see the wheel, it is no luck. No luck. It's going to hurt. Whatever is coming through in the next like 2 to 9 days. Now let's check in on that event that we said was 219 through 327 that everyone was like, oh my God, it's in our face. It is right in our face, right there. Look it. It's a blow up of something. And I see Bluey. And you go, the Five of Pentacles in reverse means there was like a loss of like money. It's really hard, like hardship. This Four of Wands goes, you can't even see this type of celebration. And when you look at it and it's the King of Pentacles, it's going to be good. It really is. And then when you look at this and you go, you can't even like study it. You just see it. I see the glimpse of it and I heard it and I'm like, I'm not even going to like do anything. It was so disgusting that the Five of Cups goes, you got to alleviate. It's like there's something that needs a break. It's causing so much chaos that you can't even see it. But when I see it and I see this like Seven of Cups, you're trying to figure it out. Like, I don't understand what's right there. It's right there. And the Nine of Pentacles goes, there was no like wishful path. There was no prudent path. It wasn't planned. It wasn't anything like that. It really had sound judgment. It really did when it came through. It was manifested. It was planted. It was good, but it caused so much separation that you couldn't understand. And actually people were like, I just can't take this. And then you see this Ten of Pentacles come in and like everything is still here. Like we're still here. We're doing good if we just have that. It's going to hurt. It's an ending of something. Alright. Poker cards. Here we go. What else? What else? The Jack of Hearts goes, no, 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 no. Superstition comes in, and you go, no, I wore this, and I keep wanting to do this. Ten of Clubs comes in and says it's a getting together, and you go, holy cow, what was this? The Three of Clubs goes, I don't know why it's like everyone wants to go to like the local club, like an Elks Club or something like that, and say, hey, we need to sit and have a chit chat and have a drink or two and catch up. And then it goes, and then it starts to goes, no, I think maybe we should stay and hunker down a little longer. The Ten of Diamonds comes in and goes, nope, 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 it's a gamble. It was worth it. And the Five of Hearts says, solidified. Solidified. The Three of Hearts is going to be a get-together of something that shouldn't be there. Just shouldn't be there. And I look and I go, what did I see out of the corner of my eye? Here we go. Black Obsidian Room. This one is almost wanting to be blocked, even for like the last 2 weeks and like next week. There's something about joy of blocking it. It has a lot of power, whatever is blocking. I hear it doesn't matter if it's like the Freedom of Information Act or Privacy Act or anything. You're going to want to know what's going on. It's not going to let you know what's going on. It is very defensive. It is knowing of like pick it up and like get it together. Living. It's like energy of like life. When you see Nadis, it's like a type of fight that you can't fight. When you see this and you go, birth, it's a birth. You can't believe who's having a baby. You can't believe who's having a baby. You go, how did that happen? How did that happen? Flowing through. Flowing through. When you look at it and you look through everything and anything and something to nothing, you go ahead, torch it, ash it, and you go, you can't just do that. And then I hear, keep it going, you can't even believe it. And you go, Dega, it's a type of bomb, of like media drops a bomb on about someone having a baby. That you go, what? It's going to cause like a warrior in a lot of people. it's just instinct takes over and says, no, I'm just doing this. Strength, I bet you by next Saturday on a 3-9, it goes out, get out, D-O-N-E, D-O-N-E. So you look at it and you have to say, you can't even believe it. You can't even believe it. Last is the Peach Moonstone Rose. Let's see what we get out of that. Let's dig with these ones. Let's dig. I don't know why we're picking up on everything. That you go, no, instinct. Absolute instinct. You can't even believe it. This comes in so strong as a nastiness that you can't even believe how much wealth it gets off of this one. But it really is a baby. Someone is having a baby. I'm one of those psychics this week. Look at the ocean, like around the United States, the ocean water. Then look at the lakes. Then look at the river and the pond, and you'll see a fish. And when you look at it, you see the fish, and you go, there's the baby. There's the baby. You can't even believe it. Living. Joy. Absolute, like, happiness. We found the baby. And then you go, holy cow. This is my faded rune, and it was broken just by divinating. It just, like, cracked open. And it's open fate. And when it's open fate, it means that you can't, it's like a portal hole that keeps, like, throwing things out of, for, like, energy. I can't even get the words out. Holy cow. It flows in so fast, and you go get in the car and go do what you gotta do, because that is their boiling point. You just go about and you hear it on a 3-6 to 3-9 review. And again, lastly, it's just warrior. Warrior. And that is all. Let's see about the questions or anything that's on the table. There we go. Let's look through. Really none right now. From here, there's a lot going on. Here we go. You can't even sue it whatsoever. Whatsoever. I don't know why I'm saying that. Still a lot of things coming out backlogged. Absolute backlogged. Questions. All right. So let's say you will meet your future wife this year. No, I did not quit YouTube. I took a 2 weeks off. Queen Libra, I am doing questions. will. You will. It feels like you won't, but you will. Here we go. I don't hear anything else coming through, but that is all. That is all. So, with that being said, like I said, any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave a comment. Okay, Micaiah, go ahead. Go ahead and leave your comment and your question. Micaiah, go ahead and leave your question. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, I'm gonna move on. You can still leave a question. I will answer it even after the session is done, and we will talk to you next week. Have a good